Alright, real quick before this video begins, I just want to say this project I started 2 years ago. I basically gave up on it. I didn't like how some of the things came out on it. I didn't like how the bottom turned out. I didn't like that, the engine plate I had designed everything around wasn't gonna work, so I basically gave up on it. And it's been sitting downstairs in my basement, and I've been looking at it in my little workshop room, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I decided that, you know what, this is the year that it's gonna run and ride. If it only runs and rides for an hour, at least I can say I did it. That's the main goal behind getting this whole thing going, is just to finish my project I started, regardless of what people on the internet said, or it doesn't matter, right? This is my project. I put a lot of work into it. I learned a crap load. I built this whole rear end, I built this whole freaking jet ski, basically. There was just pieces left after I got into it. And it's pretty rewarding hearing it start for the first time. And to know that I'm so close to being able to take it on the water and enjoy it, even if it sucks, right? Just the feeling of I built it, and I'm happy with it, I know it looks like crap, but I did it. It's my design. It's a good feeling. Thanks for watching. Alright, YouTube, since the GoPro keeps not recording my footage when I'm working on it, I gotta come back and show you what I did. So it runs. It runs. Okay, so I threw just a coat of primer on it, right? I don't really care if it's pretty. I just want it running and riding, but the two-tone was really bothering me. I went ahead and mounted up the pole. None of this stuff is mounted. Well, this kind of is. These handlebars are not normal size. They're a little smaller, so like the ODI grips that I have for it don't fit. So I'm just gonna wrap some electrical tape and then put them on and then lock them down. What else do we have here? So start button works. I don't have gas really in it. Well, I do have a little, but not enough. It's not primed or anything. I still gotta put the latch down somewhere, right? Head latch, get that down. I also have a hood seal I need to put in. Okay, so water lines need to get hooked up. I just got in the through hull fittings, so like the bilge fitting, the main water out fitting, got those in the mail today. Didn't get around to putting them on. What did we have to do? Okay, so I don't know how much of this you're gonna be able to see, or if this will even record. I had so much footage recorded that didn't come through. That is the water box I have in. Did you hear that? Okay. That is the water box I have in. Now I brought it to a welder. I told him, hey man, I just need it watertight. It doesn't have to look pretty. And he came through for me. Didn't charge me a whole lot. I'm really happy with it. The bilge is epoxied down. I do have a hose in another jet ski, so I will put that in and on. This battery, I wasn't sure what was up with it because it wasn't like cranking over the other day. Well, I fully charged it up because I never did when I got it. I just got it not too long ago. It is a lithium, that brand, I don't know if you can see it, that brand. It's just from Amazon, but it's a 18 amp hour. I wasn't sure how well that would hold up. It seems to be fine. I do need the vent thing, but I think one of these spare jet skis I have around here will have one that I can take. As far as the pole bracket, can you see that little bushing in there? That brass bushing. So I actually found those because I didn't have anything, and it was like really loose. It came out really nice actually, how well it fit. What else did I do? So I had a huge issue with my engine, right? To be completely honest, I messed up, and I got the sun in my eyes, that's why I'm squinting. But I don't know if you remember how I had the exhaust hole open. Yeah, I shouldn't have did that, and I knew better. That's what really makes me mad. But I'm here to say that this little screw fell all the way to the bottom of my PTO cylinder in the crank there, and it wouldn't crank over. How I found that out is, well, it wouldn't start, but it sounded like it was locked up, and I was like, what the heck, you know? So I grabbed the shaft and just tried to turn it over, and it turned over pretty decent until it got to one spot, and that's where it hit the crank on the nut and the case. It all got jammed together. So I was like, okay, I don't really want to pull apart the whole engine, but I pulled off the carbs, I pulled off the intake manifold, I pulled out the reeds, and I rotated the shaft until, and I saw it down in there. And I looked for my little magnetic antenna thing. I couldn't find it. I looked for that thing for like an hour. Finally I just admitted I couldn't find it, and I like turned the whole jet ski over and started like shaking it really hard, and it came out. So put everything back together. I poured a little fuel down the lines, hit that start button, and it started right up. That was the feeling you get when a project first starts up is like incredible. It's something to behold. As you all know, I've been working on this for, well, I worked on this for like 2 years. Started it like 2 years ago. Didn't really like how a few things came out, like the engine plate. You know, a lot of guys have told me that it's not going to work, and I believe them. You know, it will probably rattle apart. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. I also didn't like how the bottom came out textured-y. I really don't know what to do about it other than run it. If it sucks, I'm going to throw it away. This part, since we're basically running, I got this to finish up the pole and stuff, but since we're like running and good, and we have time yet, I think I'm gonna go in here and fill this up with some I got like this what is it, like fiberglass infused Bondo, but it's like epoxy based. I forget what it's called exactly, but it's like purple. What else have I done here today? I had buttload to do, right? When I started it up, I looked for any exhaust leaks and I didn't see any. I didn't run it very long because I didn't really want it to overheat, and I didn't want my exhaust hose to like burn up. But it sounds good. I love how it sounds. On the startup, it was really smoky, but I think I have the exhaust oil ratio at like, I want to say like 32 to 1, like, or for the oil, gas oil mix, it's really oily. But I wanted it that way because this engine, the whole top end has been rebuilt, and it's not a new crank, but it's like a one off eBay that was in really nice shape, along with all the seals and everything was in really nice shape. So one of these, this one right here, this exhaust manifold bolt, exhaust pipe bolt, the threads are like stripped out down here. So I'm hoping that it doesn't leak any exhaust or water, just as it is with these 3 tightened. If it does, you know, I think I'm gonna put some like copper wire down in there, just to, you know, ride it. Some other things I gotta do. This bilge switch, it's like really chintzy, and I kind of hate it, but I gotta deal with it because that's the second one now that I have. So I'm gonna take that apart. I'm gonna solder the wires on. I need to put on some more hose clamps on all these. I don't want these flying off and filling my hull. And a through hull fitting here for one for my engine, obviously, and then the other one for the bilge. I have a third one that I may use for one of these, or maybe, let's see, I got three of this size, so 1, 2, 3. I don't know, we'll see what I do here. I'm not really sure. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, it's so sweet listening to it. I've been stoked all day because of it. Like I started it and ran inside and told my wife, like, it started, and she's like, yeah, I know, I heard it. But yeah, I'm really sorry I don't have any like footage for you. Okay. That's the second time that I've filmed and don't have any recording. Put the SD card in the computer and there's nothing there. Really bothersome. I actually looked at like getting an Insta360 or something, just because, you know, there's so many horror stories about GoPros. But I'm rambling, so I hope you like how far I've got. I like how far I've got. Yeah, thanks for watching.